This is all Mustie1's fault. Well, how can that be? It's just a plain innocent carburetor, you'd ask. Well, that little innocent carburetor is in the way of me working on that Toolmaster over there, or doing something fun with the planer, or taking care of all of these things. No, I have to spend my Saturday in the cold fixing this carburetor for my dear wife's Mule. And the reason it's Mustie1's fault is because my wife came in and caught me watching a Mustie1 video of him taking apart a carburetor. So now she knows it can be done, and he can do it. But folks, man, it's been 35 years since I rebuilt a carburetor. But she says that I should at least try before I spend $180. So hopefully this works. Now, this isn't an attempt to steal Mustie1's channel. This is an attempt to get my wife off my back. I found that I can buy this carburetor. It's off of a 2007 Kawasaki Mule for $179, which kind of okay, especially if it gets your wife off your back. But unfortunately, they say it'll ship in 2 to 3 weeks, and she's getting tired of walking out to the mailbox. So she has instructed me that I better fix it or else. So this is more not an effort to steal Mustie's content, but to recreate the project, maybe, or verify his results. Yeah, right. First off, I think I've got all the right tools I need. I've noticed one time that he was using a carburetor dip in an ultrasonic heater, and I've got my ultrasonic warming up right now. I've got my body hammer. It's a very important tool, it seems. And I got my glasses. Everything else, we're just going to wing it. Now, when I went to the store to buy this stuff, which I haven't bought in 30, 40 years, ever since fuel injection came out, good riddance to rebuilding carburetors. But this said it didn't need heat, but I like to get it warmed up in the machine. So let's see if I can. I don't see any flammability warnings. Just don't breathe the stuff. That was the wife wanting to know if I'm finished with this yet. Not really. Just kidding, honey. Tried to get Don to come help me, but Monday we're expecting 4-degree temperatures, and he's already hibernating. That man does not like the cold. All right. So, got a little cute basket inside here. That'll fit in there. What the plan is to take this bucket and put it inside a water bath on my large ultrasonic cleaner. And then hopefully that'll come up to temperature and do a good job on cleaning those little ports out. We've had this Mule for quite a while, and it started acting like it was running out of fuel one day, and we put some fuel in it, and it took off and went down the road and left her stranded at the mailbox. found a place online that you can buy all the parts relatively inexpensive, so I bought a new fuel filter and they called it breather, and an air filter and a fuel pump, thinking that hopefully it was one of those easy parts, and it wasn't. This thing now will start, but it won't idle. So, not being musty, I have no idea which circuit it is. I'm just going to take them all apart and clean them out. Let me run over and put this in the water bath and get it warming up. Actually, it's cold for us. I'm kind of thankful for a nice job on the inside today. I don't think we're going to need that rubber tube there. Get it off without destroying it. One thing I'm hesitant about is they didn't offer any rebuild kits for this. Everything was a single package. One piece at a time. I don't have a white coffee cup, but I got a white translucent. I'll probably let all the dadgum gas out of here. What's inside, it's got a little bit of water in it, junk. Show you what's in here, but I don't think it matters that much. Might be a good idea to buy some spray cleaner and clean it off as I go. Took me 20 minutes to figure out where the dang carburetor was on this machine. This one has I guess a built-in water release. Or I think that's just a little drain valve. Well, nothing's wrong with throwing it in there. It's not set up like Musty is. I don't have a place to put my screws yet. Alright, we'll put you right there and nobody move you. Well, looks like there's a jet here. And one down on the inside. I see one screw. And all that's going to do is adjust the idle, how much that is closed, I guess. And that's pretty much closed a lot. Of course, there's a little passage right there. So I wonder what Musty would do. That's got to come out. Oh no, he wouldn't do that. Musty wouldn't do that. Well, it's pretty cruddy. I'm pretty sure I need to pull that off. It looks like right here is staked, so this is round. Maybe if I push gently on that, it would come back out. Aha! Maybe. Grab it with this, slide it out. Don't lose it. Watch for springs popping out at me. There's the little float. Oh, great. Musty would kill me if he saw that. Don't watch, Musty. Don't watch. Just slides in a little slot right there. All right. Well, I'm not going to clean either one of these. Put this here, put that there, that around it, and this there. And a pin. Got a pin. So where are we? I'm guessing that we need to take that out of there. But I don't see any threads for down in there or a way to remove in there. That undone is pretty easy. Hard working on these things when you have fingers like a bear. There's no washer on that. That can go in there. I don't see anything over here. I should have done this beforehand, but it's too dang cold out there to do it. Musty's probably sitting at home screaming, "No!" Why? Musty doesn't watch my channel, so I'm pretty safe. Got to fix this one because my wife was down looking at new ones. If she buys a new one, that's less tools for me. Well, I've gone as far as my limited knowledge on this will let me go. I'm going to just soak it for a while once it gets to temperature and blow it out there real good. Make us a couple gaskets and put it back together. So doesn't build pressure or anything. Turn it on. Well, let's see what we got here. It's up to 54 degrees. Yow. I don't know if I want to stick my hand in there. Well, it's sticking up. The bottom of that sink looks bad, I know, but that's what the bottom of all scraper sinks look like. It's rust particles. After a scraping class, this poor old thing was just solid brown. Well, that's what it looked like when it came out of the bath. Blowing it out as well as I can. Maybe you can see down in there better. There's threads, but there's no way that I can tell to get those out. An expert such as Musty would know. There's that one little jet that I found. So, I'm going to quickly put this back together before I forget how it goes. And tomorrow, I found some gasket material at the auto parts. I'm going to make a couple gaskets for it, and we'll see how that works out. So let me get this put together and this little piece went. Where did this little piece go? It went over here on this tower. Never make it on a production line. Fat fingers. Okay, it's tight, but not over tight. This piece here is just a way to get water or fuel out of that. That's all it is. Okay. And scrape the rest of that gasket off for can't really tell if there was any gasket sealant on that or not, but we're just going to act like there wasn't. guess this is where the hammer comes in. Excellent use. Okay, it doesn't leak. That's good. Now, just like that, I'm almost certain this went this way. There's a rubber O-ring in there that I was afraid I'd damage, so I left it. I think as long as you could get to that, and that's where I can get to it. So, you can order that ring. It's just going to take 2 weeks before it ships. All right. It's on there pretty tight, so. I can see absolutely no adjustments except for, I guess that would be idle speed. Uh-oh, I just saw a screw. Bet you there's something we need to take out in there. I bet you we should have done that before we did this. So I should go back a step. That screw is right here. And it looks like it's a little jet. Which a tiny screwdriver could unscrew. So better go find a tiny screwdriver. Well, there's one little thing that I missed. I put this back on and it didn't run. It started to run a little bit, but it just was not running right. Got to looking at the diagram for this thing. And I found a cap right there. And apparently there's a screw underneath there. And I have no idea how to get this cap off. This is going to be interesting. Let's see if I can file a little spot to get up underneath there. this is what this body hammer is really used for. Let's see what I can. There we go. Yes, sir. One body hammer. Thinning a screwdriver down so it'll fit in there a little bit easier. That's just an old cheap Greenlee electrician screwdriver. See how that works. All right. So now I got to count. I'm going to push it in and count. That's half a turn, one full turn, 1.5 turns, 2 turns, 2.5, 3, 3, and almost a half. So 3 and almost a half. I'll pull that out. I'm sitting here in a coat inside my shop. Got it turned down a lot, or excuse me, I've got the heater turned down so that it not use as much electricity. We've got quite a bit of a cold snap going on. I'm worried about Don. He's about 25 miles away from me, and I don't have any way to go get him. I think what I'm going to do is just get that carburetor cleaner in the can and spray through there and see what will happen. That's open through that area. That's so that air can get into the carburetor. Oh, it kind of acts like it's being starved. Take your old body hammer and do that. That all there, spray through that tube, which is the inlet for the fuel. kind of worried that there wasn't enough fuel coming in. All right, we got that one going. Where does this one go? Where do you go? You're going back in that way. Where do you go? Aha! That one also picks it up out of there. A little bit of crud came out. Let's see. Did you go right in there? Oh, I gotta turn it the other way. A little black stuff right in there. Been blown out. Everything looks good. The O-ring looks good. That looks good. Put it back in. That cross-threading it went in very nice. Go all the way down, then back it off 3.5 turns. Three, and almost a half. All right. I'm not going to put that cap back on. Well, I don't think it'll stay, but I put it on there and just put some super glue on it for good luck. This is where the body hammer comes in again.